What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the election day. This is the name of the update. Before I get into what's going on, the blueprints down here, let's take a look at the bottom of the page. Just some important information here. Election day is free for everyone. Basically, guys, no DLC, it's free. So that answers all your questions. Like I thought that might be the way it's going. I imagine some of the stealth changes may be coming out in it. Payday 2 is free to play from March the 20th to 24th, so those of you who watch my videos occasionally, but obviously don't play the game, or happen to stumble across this video on your ramblings, do check out Payday 2 on Steam. It's a fantastic game that my entire YouTube channel is built around. And play it for free and see how you like it, and if you do like it, Payday 2 and the DLC is 65% off over that extended weekend as well. Payday the Heist is 80% off, which is also a fantastic deal, and I would advise you give that a go as well if you enjoy Payday 2. Now, don't say we never do anything for the community. So, let's have a look at this 3-day heist. Some people were speculating 5-day. Unfortunately, that is not the case, but 3-day is still certainly something to be interested about. Now, again, the way I'm going to have to do this, unfortunately, is I'm going to have to zoom it in so that I can read it to you. So, crime.net, mail client, from Bain, Tuesday the 18th of March, of course that is yesterday, to Dallas, Hoxton, Chamberlain, Wharf. Encrypted, yes, of course. Subject is election day. Crew, it's time to swing votes for the elephant. This is a job where stealth will make your lives a whole lot easier and a whole lot more profitable. As we said, stealth is the focus, and kind of unsurprising in this one. Like, if we got caught rigging voting, well, I can't imagine that would be good for anybody. As always, there's a backup plan if you choose to do things the unsmooth way. The background: the elephant needs to put Mckendric in place as mayor of DC. In return, Mckendric will use his weight to speed up the transfer of a certain colleague of ours from an ultra-high security facility into something a little less secure. Sorry, I actually haven't read this part before. Sorry. Oh my god, you would have thought I've read all of this. No, I've just actually looked at the pictures so far, but do you know what that means? Hoxton? Hoxton is moving to somewhere a little less secure. Prison break basically confirmed. Whether this is going to be an update or a DLC, we don't know, but prison break confirmed. Amazing. More on this once Mckendric is in place. In the meantime, let's focus on this job. So it's more of an intervening update. The plan: Day 1 at the docks. We're going to hack a shipment of ballot machines on their way to a specific downtown district. Lots of machines are currently in transit to polling offices all over, so your first job is to find a truck carrying machines heading for DC and tag it with a GPS receiver. Once the truck is in a secure location, we intercept. Plan B: you got caught. You can either get out of there ASAP or try to get me the shipping manifests from the local server. That's going to take a while. The machines are ancient and there's a lot of crap data, but it's better than nothing. The more data, the greater the chance I can find the truck. If you go straight for the exit, we'll have to go for the Plan C option, which is not very smooth at all. Smoother, let's pronounce things properly. But hey, everything pays if you live through it. Day 2, the warehouse. If you tag the right truck, or if you get lucky with the database transfer, this is where you'll earn your pay. Sneak into the holding area, find the crates, and then upload some software I prepared. Shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Once done, pack the crates up and sneak out of there. And we are golden. Plan B: if you get caught, it's not going to look good. I'll figure something out while you hold local security off. So, no details really mentioned there, other than we're going to be facing waves. Day 3. The actual polling office. If you manage to fuck up every single step of this foolproof plan, you're in Plan C territory. And I'm going to have to get you to rob a bank as a cover story for an on-site hack and trash of the polling place, which will force a revote. Not very clean, not very clever, but if we're lucky, at least there'll be some cash in the vault. Let's not let things get this far out of hand, okay? So let's talk about this message from Bain. What is Day 3? does day 3 exist if you succeed? It almost seems like day 3 is plan C, and I'm almost certain that is how it is. So day 3 is actually more of an optional day. It certainly sounds fun, certainly sounds cool, but if you do it properly, it's a 2-day mission. It's probably going to pay better, and it's overall going to really reward those who stealth successfully. Okay, so let's get back down to the right side and have a look through the pictures. That's not the first picture we want to look at. First of all, actually, let's look at the Genset security card. This key card will open only one door. So clearly on day 1 there is some doors we have to be sneaking through. The ECM jammer will definitely be a good pickup for this. Okay, so you need to tag the truck, the right truck. The logo and colour might help you figure out which one. Now, looking into this in a little more detail, it definitely seems like we're going to have to be doing some investigatory work. A little similar to Big Oil, I suppose. So there are 6 trucks, so it seems here. They're not loaded yet, so you got to figure out which truck will carry the machines. Once you're certain, slap a GPS tracker underneath the truck and sneak away. This other picture, I believe, shows... Let's see, there's the truck deposit, the depot, I should say. Mayor access, normally. That's what it says. Pier access. Access to warehouse. Another terminal might be in here. These buildings are like Swiss cheese, so stay low if you want to avoid trouble. So, seemingly, we might be seeing police shooting through walls or possibly through pretty small open windows. Let's see, can we actually have a look sideways at this? No. Okay. This place is ancient. If you're not sure which truck to tag, check the shipping database. Anything heading towards DC might be of interest. So, can we steal some interesting things here? Again, this screen is a bit like Big Oil, where we start looking at things like color codes or timings, I imagine. Things along that line and of that sort of nature. Now, this is the entrance. You go in by boat. The cover story is you've got engine trouble. That's at the edge of the pier. So you enter here. We move at noon. Lunch break is low security. Makes sense. Then we have the access gate, the security perimeter. We're definitely going to be seeing security passing backwards and forwards on, I believe, either side of this fence. But it seems like there may be other ways to sneak in. Possibly an elevated route. That's definitely something that we would like to see. Moving on to the next picture. The access gate is obviously what we've just walked through. Now, to check the open containers for clues, you might find successful or useful data. Plenty of cover here, or you can go on top for the overview. So again, we're looking at multi-layered maps. Definitely something that worked extremely well within things like the bank heist and of course the Go Bank heist. The warehouse holds one of 2 terminals. If you're looking for hard data, might be locked though. So that looks like one of the keycard access points. We're going to have to be taking out some security guards in order to obtain them or bring along ECM. So it looks like your detective work is very variable and it's based on your chosen playstyle. Oh, I can scroll through these. Offices may be locked, but access or... buy access or check employees' pockets. What does buy access mean? Does this mean we can get some assets? Definitely an interesting little point there. And that is day 1, so simply you find which truck you need to place the GPS tracker on. Once you've done that, you find the truck itself and do that, and then I believe you can escape immediately, whether that's in the boat you came in or from a different method, probably in the boat you came in. I imagine to try and be as inconspicuous as possible. You don't want to land a helicopter there. Okay, let's look at this other document. Again, I'm going to have to zoom this in slightly. Brilliant. This means I have to go backwards and forwards and do it again. Okie dokie. So again, this is another one from Bain. This one was sent on the 19th, so today. Crew, I've got some more intel on the second day of the job. I'm pretty certain that storage will be handled by common carriers, the haulage franchise. The good news is all their facilities are almost identical, so I've got a pretty clear view of what you're breaking into. The bad news is these places can be sprawling, and can be pretty sprawling. It's going to take a while to find all the crates without attracting any attention. The warehouse. 2 floors, normally 3 halls, loading bays in front, offices on top floor. In one of the wings, if there is any security on site, there will be, that's where they'll be camping, watching news or whatever. So we're looking at lazy guards possibly. Lazy guards are a mechanic used in a few games, particularly early on. They're distracted or asleep, so it could possibly be a pass, or they could be holding something that you need. That's most likely the way they're going to do it. Access is either through one of the loading bays, the staff entrance, or I can rig a safety inspection and get an emergency ladder installed. That's going to cut into profits though, so that seems like an asset. Now, that's interesting. That's 3 separate entrances. Certainly good, certainly all offering a variety of different gameplay and advantages, I suppose. Most of the facility is open, but there's always a set of high security cages, normally 6 to 8. These need to be forced open, or if you prefer, I can probably sort out a one-time key. Might be a good idea snooping around locker rooms and offices. So keycards or drills, dreaded drills. Once you're in, you'll probably need a crowbar to get the crates open. Then you install the software on a set number of ballot machines and make your way out the way you came. Do not forget to close up the boxes. Makes sense. Covering your tracks is not something we've really done in Payday. You stealthily open a window, but do you close the window behind you? No. I definitely think that is a step in the right direction to make stealth just make more sense. We can't leave any trace of wrongdoing or they'll start investigating it. Our client is going to be in deep shit. This guy is really trusting you with quite a lot. Now, I thought of a tentative plan B if you get caught. What we'll do, we'll switch the votes to the other side, making it look like the other party paid for the fraud, clearing our client. That makes sense. It's damage control and it's not perfect, but it'll probably hold up. B. So that is the plan for day 2. Plan B sounds quite interesting, and it adds an extra objective for when you end up having to go loud. I like that. It's definitely not just fight and get out of there. Now let's have a look at some of the day 2 pictures. This is the carrier site exterior. So this is our entrance places. It seems like we can come in from around about here, and possibly in through these roof windows. It seems like a lot of the guards are going to be stationed up here, as they said, watching TV or something. Definitely interesting to see so many entrances. And this is a slightly clearer, I suppose, picture of the entrance points I was talking about. Open floor plan. Not sure how to get the boxes on the top shelf. Are we going to look at some simple platforming or possibly a small puzzle to do this? Certainly we're looking at a forklift truck. I doubt there's going to be vehicle play, but it could be a manual operation. Definitely something to think about. Next picture. Have we looked at this? This is odd. Yeah, here we go. All cages have security locks. This could be drills, this could be keycards. It definitely seems like there's the option for keycards. If you look, there's a small GenSec label there. Silent drilling may be a must for this mission. Not sure whether I like that or not. So these are the possible external ladders. Not going to go into all those extreme details, but this seems like the other way in, through up on the roof and through a window. Definitely a cool way of doing it. Whether that should cut into profits, I don't know. I don't know whether I necessarily think the ladder option should be an asset, but we know our ladders worked pretty well on the Go Bank heist. Which ones have we not looked at? I don't understand exactly how this scrolling through system works. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. If you see them deployed like this, undeploy them ASAP. So I believe this is the depot things. the vote counters. I don't know why I can't think of the name of them, but yeah, basically that. Okay, so that's day 2 thoroughly looked at. You'll notice here the gun is actually clickable, but it's a freebie again. Join the Steam community and pick up another free gun, courtesy of Bob Mckendric, of course. The Shimano Custom, talked about in the advert. It looks like a pretty standard pistol, regular sort of ammo capacity, regular magazine size, reasonable rate of fire, reasonable damage. It is just your sort of standard pistol, but we always like to see new things, especially in the way of weapons. So, that is the mission complete. No, Nope, if you mess up, we are going on to day 3. This is, of course, the Bob Mckendric website. If I were to click onto this, it will link me over to that page. Let's read the document before looking at the pictures. Again, I'm going to have to zoom this in quickly. Okay. A good start. Again, this is Bane. Apparently set on the 20th of March, even though that time is not there yet. We're not quite at the 20th of March, but just imagine we are. Crew, if you're reading this, you fucked up. This is the plan C. There's a bank next to the polling office. Hit it, blow a big hole in the wall, and while you're there, trash the voting machines and make it look like collateral damage. If you can, scramble the server. Again, it needs to look like fallout from the bank robbery, so don't spare the ammo, okay? I don't have any info on the layout of the offices, but I've got some snaps of the general area. Looks tricky, long lines of sight, and a lot of legwork. Well, you've earned it. So this is what happens if you mess up stealth. I believe you can mess up stealth on the first mission, so long as you get some information. And after that, you cannot afford to mess up stealth on day 2, which is good. It really does reward stealth more, which is what we like to see. So let's have a look at these pictures. What are these going to show us? Well, this seems like the best choke point, as it mentions here, the north entry. We can possibly stand up on this balcony. Again, a multi-layered complex, always good for combat. A primary entrance point for SWATs. The next picture, as you see, it does not seem like there is an open top roof. We're not going to be seeing people abseiling in. This means that they're going to come from probably one of 4 areas. It could be enjoyable to hold down. Next up we have the south entrance, and here is where we see the voting area. This is where we're going to have to go into and trash. A lot of these shops, as you can see, are actually boarded up, and again there's no evidence that the enemies are going to come up from the rooftops. One possibility, though, is that they may come through windows at the side here, and that is going to allow more entrance places for the cops. Final picture is the north-facing. Bank is shuttered, that's why we're having to blow a hole in the wall. Exactly how this is going to work and how it's going to look, we don't know, but it sounds pretty awesome. And that is about it. So remember, day 3 will only occur if it all goes tits up, pardon my French. And it basically seems like a pretty enjoyable alternative to a failed mission. I definitely like the idea. Would we like to see more days to these missions? Absolutely, of course, but they do have to be quite tentative about making missions too many days long, because if you think about it, the pro job version might end up being such a time sink that you regret doing it and never want to play it again. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed my little election day review. What we know so far, this update will of course be coming out tomorrow, so you won't have to wait too long. It's normally around about 7 o'clock GMT, so be prepared for that. I will definitely be on playing with a few of you guys, particularly this weekend of course. Thanks a lot for watching, see you all in the next one.